Welcome back. We're talking to Shishir Hathwar, a man with a unique capability, a man who can spell everything and pronounce everything backwards and is now a record holder. So talk something about this record, Shishir. When did you understand about this record, come to know about this record, and how tough or how easy has it been for you to get there?
Actually, I was aware of my ability, as I previously told you, from age 16 itself. But the fact remains that I didn't really know how to set about getting attention.
Sure.
So what happened is, I just read a newspaper article, I mean to say around February of this year, that a person called Mr. Job Pottas from Kerala, a fellow Indian, is attempting a record in fastest backward spelling. And then I followed up this news item very eagerly, as you might expect.
Sure.
And then I found out that in March, he had successfully beaten the record. Prior to this record had been held by a person from UK.
Okay.
And I had not really received information regarding this.
So what exactly is the record, in the sense how many words have to be pronounced or sentences have to be pronounced?
There will be 50 words randomly chosen on the spot.
Okay.
There will be 20 words of 6 letters each, 15 words of 7 letters each, and 15 words of 8 letters each, which I have to spell backwards. They are rapidly read out by a person whom I am allowed to choose, and then the person reads out the words and once he reads out, I spell it out backwards.
So what is the current record that you've done, which you've sent the recording to the Guinness Book of World Records?
My timing was 1 minute, 22 seconds and 50 hundredths of a second for 50 words. That is inclusive of the person telling you the word, which means you might say that it works out to approximately 1.6 seconds per word, including the person telling you the word.
Very nice. So 1:22. And what was the previous record?
The previous record was 1 minute 40 seconds and 14 hundredths of a second. So you might say that I've broken the record by a margin of around 17 seconds.
Wow, that's quite something. He easily one of the record holders right here talking to us here in our News 9 studios. So this particular record holder, is he up for the News 9 challenge? Let's just see if it is possible. We've just randomly chosen some sentences for Shishir. Shishir, if we can have a look there. That is something that we're celebrating very soon, second year anniversary. If you want to say that backwards, how would you do that?
Virus Ravinna Dinosus Tino Yad HT Rub Vaipa Vaira A Enin Sven Etsiv I.
Wow, that means I wish News 9 a very happy birthday on its second anniversary. Yes. Just take us through what you basically did there.
Basically, I analyzed the word anniversary. Now I broke it up into smaller words. I considered Annie to be one word, verse to be another word, and Ari to be another word. So then when I pronounce it backwards, it becomes Vairas Ravinna. Then when you consider the word second, in this case, you cannot really pronounce D and N together. So I pronounce it as D noces, D noces, because C is pronounced like letter K in this case. Then it becomes obviously sti. On becomes no. And birthday becomes Yad HT Rub.
Rub, not rib.
Yad HT Rib, sorry, slip of the tongue. Then happy becomes Vaipa.
Vaipa, but there's double P there.
Yes, so I accentuate the P a bit. I don't just tell it as Vaipa, I accentuate it a bit, I make it Vaipa. Like you pronounce the word happy, isn't it? You don't pronounce it as happy.
Correct.
Isn't it? You accent syllable a bit. Then Very becomes Vairev. A is obviously A itself. Now News 9 can be pronounced backwards as 9 Sven or Enin Sven, as you wish. I pronounce it as Enin Sven. Wish becomes H Siv. And I remains as I itself.
Interesting there. I wish News 9 a happy second anniversary. Shishir, now as a person who might know a lot about words, and you definitely do know a lot about words, what would you suggest would be a good idea for people who have problems learning words or remembering words? How do you suggest they can go about overcoming that handicap?
So you want me to suggest a technique by which they can increase their vocabulary?
Is there a technique which you feel is a good way to start building it up?
In my opinion, unless you have a passion for it, it's extremely difficult to cultivate.
So reading a lot, does it definitely?
It definitely does help.
So what do you do, Shishir? I understand you're an engineer from...
Yes. Engineer from Bharat Electronics Limited. It's a Government of India enterprise under the Ministry of Defence. And
you also completed engineering in UVC.
Yes, I did.
Electronics and Communications engineer. So how was college? You had this ability. You could impress people. Was it of help in the sense that could you wow people every time you go to a different college or go to your classmates and impress them?
Actually, I didn't really get a lot of publicity. Because I didn't really know how I could really channelize it. But the fact remains that most of my friends were impressed. They used to call me on stage, perhaps during the annual day, during the school day, and they just used to randomly fire words at me, which are successfully spelled backwards.
So it's interesting there. You have a friend like Shishir. He can be of a lot of use to you. Let me quickly put another question across to Shishir. It's a News 9 challenge where we are trying to test his speed. Let's quickly put the next graphic plate. That is the next graphic plate. Yes, Shishir, say that reverse.
HTHkas Rokna Enin Sven HT Nikayos Wild Nerak Ma I.
Well, it sounds Hebrew and Jewish for me, but interesting. I am currently speaking with News 9 anchor Sachit. Just say that again.
HTHkas Rokna Enin Sven HT Nikayos Wild Nerak Ma I.
Well, what I liked the most was anchor became Rockna. I like that word, Rockna. Anchor is a Rockna. Okay, let's take the next graphic plate now. This is something interesting. This is something that Shishir does all the time. Shishir, the next graphic plate that's going to flash on your screens is this. Okay, go ahead and pronounce this backwards.
SD Rao K Cab Sit Dias T Such I.
T Such I. Okay, T Such.
Yes.
It's not just Such.
T Such.
Such, okay, yes. T Such I. Okay, that I just said this backwards becomes, what did you just say?
SD Rao K Cab.
Okay.
Sit Dias T Such I.
T Such I. Okay, that is I just said this backwards. We'll just quickly go through the different words. These are the easier ones. We're just warming up Shishir here. We'll throw the really tough one next. This is the next graphic plate that we would want Shishir to pronounce backwards. Go ahead, Shishir.
Sit Odd UI Knack Luke Osma I.
Luke. Cool becomes Luke.
Luke.
Okay, that is K. So C becomes.
Yes.
C
is pronounced like K, so it becomes Luke.
Okay, cool is Kool when you're pronouncing it.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that becomes Luke. Okay,
yes,
I am so cool. Can you do this? Becomes that particular word. Well, the next sentence is a very important sentence. It's something that India achieved yesterday. Let's see Shishir go at this fast. Yes, Shishir.
Akirfa H2os TS Niaga T-set D noses Et4 Yard H2 of Et no New Nar Neves HT YTH guy Na Detelmark Edni.
Okay, completely lost you there. Just do that again.
Africa becomes Akirfa.
Okay.
Akirfa. South becomes H2os. Against becomes TS Niaga.
Okay.
Test becomes T-set.
Okay.
Second becomes D nokes.
Okay.
Da becomes Et. Off becomes 4. Yard becomes day becomes yard. Fourth becomes H true off.
Okay.
Da becomes et. On becomes no. Win becomes new. Run becomes nar.
Okay.
Now 87. That becomes neves YTH guy.
Oh my god, okay.
And becomes na. Completed becomes detel mock.
Okay.
India becomes edni.
Okay, interesting. Now we'll quickly go to the different plates now. That some political words now will be thrown into the mix. Let's see Shishir go ahead and try to decode the next graphic plate which is flashing. Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Sriafa imo for YRT sinim or troper anagnalet stimbus etimok and itserk irs.
Okay, well, what he just said is another particular graphic plate which actually says the Sri Krishna committee submits Telangana report to the Ministry of Home Affairs, and that becomes what?
And I should actually spell it backwards at the end.
Yeah.
Affairs becomes Sriafa. Home becomes IMO.
Okay.
Off becomes 4. Ministry becomes YRT Sinim. 2 becomes OT. Report becomes Troper. Telangana becomes Anagnalet. Submits becomes Timbus. Committee becomes E-Timmok. Sri Krishna becomes An Etserk Ears.
Okay, well, interesting. Let's quickly take some very prominent tongue twisters here. These are some of the tongue twisters that we have. Let's go to that. Yes, just say the Johnny Yes Papa. Very famous. Say that backwards.
Apap on Ragas Nite Apap say YNN Hodge YNN Hodge.
Oh, that's quite a thing. Let's go to the other tongue twister that we have. She sells seashells on the seashore. Yes.
Eros is ethnos less is sless s.
Okay, and there's one very, very famous statement. Betty bought a bit of butter. We will go for that. That is a very, very famous tongue twister which normally do when we are in kindergarten and also in school. Let's play that for our viewers and let's have Shishir say the whole thing reverse.
Retub, retib, et icam, ot, retub, irom, imos, th, giob, viteb, os, retib, sa, retub, et, tub, retub, fortib, a, th, giob, viteb.
Well, what he just said is there on your TV screen is Betty bought a bit of butter. The butter was bitter, so Betty bought some more butter to make the bitter butter better. Well, he can do it backwards. Let us see if he can take a particular word which is backwards and pronounce it the right way. This is a final News 9 challenge, a quick, tricky one there for Shishir. This sentence which is flashing next is written backwards by News 9 deliberately. Let's see Shishir break it down for us. Shishir, go ahead and read that out for us, please.
The legacy of Vishnuvardhan will live on. Long live Sahasa Simha.
Well, that's interesting. That is what was given to him, what you can see on your screens there. And that was that actually becomes the legacy of Vishnuvardhan will live on. Long live Sahasa Simha, and very nicely done. Shishir, how do you take this forward? Are you planning to impart this knowledge across to others, or how do you plan to take this forward after if you get the record?
Hopefully if I get an opportunity, I'd like to do so. Now, I think it has been very useful to me in my life. My reflexes have developed a lot by this. Now, for example, when I gave the program at the press club of Bangalore, the words were fired at me in rapid succession, and I had to immediately answer back, isn't it? I couldn't really afford to think a bit.
True.
So my reflexes had to be excellent in that case. The words are just rapidly fired at you. It's a rapid volley of words, which I managed to spell backwards. So the reflexes were very good, and apart from that, the vocabulary has really helped me a lot.
Sure.
In all walks of life, it does benefit you, in fact.
It does benefit you, improves your reflexes, vocabulary, and also you become a record holder to beat. Shishir, thank you for coming in and sharing your thoughts with us. It was a pleasure having you, and let's just hope that you get that record. All the best.
Thank you.
Well, that's all the time we have in this special. Truly a man who can cast a spell on you and leave you spellbound. Thank you for watching.